Welcome to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today, 1 Ounce Wednesday. On 1 Ounce Wednesday, I take a blind sample out of this box. I pour it into a glass and I review it and tell you if it rocks. I'll also tell you if it sucks or socks. I will assign it a blind score and then I will reveal the pour. These samples were provided to me by patrons and friends and distilleries. Some of them were provided by myself via pouring whiskey into a sample bottle. But I'm sure that 99% of you have already seen one of these videos, so I'm just blabbing for no reason. But if you are here for the first time, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, because if you don't, bad things will happen. It's just the truth. Don't believe me? Then don't click subscribe and watch the news tonight. Guaranteed bad shit. Guaranteed. It's your fault though. Just hit subscribe and don't watch the news. It's a bad idea. Anyway, not sure how much of that will get edited out, so let's just grab a sample bottle and proceed. Got one in my hand. Oh, it's a big bitch. America, where's my glass? Found it. It's a big, large glass. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot in there. Hiding a big sample bottle. Closing lid to conceal its identity. And we're good. All right. So this went from 1 Ounce Wednesday to 2 Ounce Wednesday pretty quick. Bourbon? I think that's a bourbon. By the way, my voice is still a bit hoarse, getting over pretty gnarly clothes. Cold. Getting over a pretty gnarly cold. So if nothing I say here today makes sense, welcome to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Ah, kaboom. Boom, boom, tsh. Cameron ding dong. The more I smell it, the more familiar I'm getting with it, and the more certain I am that this is a corn-forward whiskey product, making it a bourbon whiskey. 4 Roses, maybe? Something about this screams 4 Roses. Something about this also screams not 4 Roses. But are you listening for screams or are you not? Do I ignore the screams and go back to sleep, or do I do what a good person would do and listen to the screams until they stop? Ooh, that one was a bit oaky. This smells like an aged product, an aged bourbon, you could say. A little bit of a Hall's cough drop, a little bit of like an old wooden deck, like a sun-faded wooden deck. It used to be a very pretty brown and now it's kind of like a slivery gray. A bushel of blueberries, like you went blueberry picking and you had like a thistle basket. Like you had a woven basket full of blueberries on top of a sun-faded gray sliver-filled porch. A little bit of a bird's nest note. Based off of the nose, I'm gonna say that this is a Kentucky bourbon, age 14 years plus, down the hatch. Oh, touch me there, because that is great. Oh man, oh, it's bringing me right through the pleasure process. I feel like this is familiar, but I also feel like I don't own a bottle of it. It's oaky, it's candy. What in the hell is this? It's kind of like a farmer's Jolly Rancher. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's oaky, but not too oaky. But it's oaky enough that you know that the oak means business. Sometimes you walk by a senior citizen in the store and you're like, good grief, you smell like everything that would kill moths and rabbits. But other times you walk by a senior citizen and you're like, huh, you're way too old to be walking that upright, and you smell like you still care about something. I'm intrigued. What's your secret? That's what this is. An elder statesman with an agenda. Second sip. Second sip is a little bit more toned down, but still expressing very aged notes. It's like a really delicious chocolate covered dessert that somebody buried out in the field so that nobody would find it. I'm gonna say this is a Four Roses product. The more that I guess Four Roses on things and am wrong, the more I am hesitant to guess Four Roses when I taste the same thing. Unfortunately, what I have not done is write down when I guess Four Roses and I'm wrong and what it actually is. So whatever this is what I should say when I guess Four Roses from now on. There isn't anything super specific that screams Four Roses. It's actually the lack of specificity that makes me guess Four Roses. It's just all these things kind of compiled into one and then dulled down into super deliciousness. It's like the color brown, if brown blew your friggin' mind. You can't really pinpoint why you like it so much, but the fact that you like it so much is just a fact. Third sip and then we'll give it a score. Oh wow, third sip is the best sip, which normally isn't the case. Normally first sip is the best sip, but the third sip really was extraordinary in the best of ways. The flavor progression over the palate and the way that it moves through the mouth is super special. It is oily, it is delicious, it is wonderful. It's an 8.53. 8.53. What would make this whiskey better? I honestly don't know. Does this whiskey deserve a better score? Possibly. This might be the absolute best bourbon I've ever tried that doesn't get me like super pumped up or super excited, although I'm absolutely loving it and I need more of it. Something about the profile is just kind of like easing me into a nice gentle mat. Let's just say this. If this is an affordable whiskey, if it's something that you can go out and buy, I am all over it. I'm all over it like Cameron from Drums and Drams is all over a serial number conspiracy. But if it's something that I can't afford or that is super special or that is just like impossible to find, then I still absolutely love it. And I still want it. And I'm still all over it. But I'm okay with it. Because I feel like, in the grand scheme of things, whatever is in this glass is like the Scottie Pippen of bourbon. It's just an absolute gangster of a bourbon that will say it's better than every other bourbon on the planet, especially 20 years down the road. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. And I think that it's time to reveal this whiskey. So, on 1 Ounce Wednesday, we were tasting, opening the box. It's the one I laid down on top. What is it? Oh, Four Roses limited edition, small batch 2024? 2021. Barrel strength 57.1. 114 proof. I think this is from Dwayne and Zoe Clow. I actually guessed Four Roses and it was correct. So that screws me up even more. Because now I'm going to get it wrong next time and I'm going to be extra confident. Damn, that is good. That is so stinking good. Thank you for the sample. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on having a strong role player. No matter how good you are, you can't do it all yourself. You need a little bit of help. And when you're looking for a little bit of help, you should find yourself a Scottie Pippen.